Very good morning to one and all. Uh, Thank you for watching our previous videos. We are here with some other new concept, very latest study which was done by University of Saskatchewan, Canada, a very historical university, and they have come up with a new concept of about bats and the coronavirus. So the bats actually have a super immunity which may explain how bats carry this coronavirus. So how this COVID is being mediated and how it's got um, carried to other people, how it actually got infected in Wuhan. So this is how the scientists have come up with some new strategies and new developments in coronavirus. Let's see how this bat super immunity has really helped bats to carry this COVID-19 infection. So let's move forward and start off with this new session, and I hope you enjoy it. So, researchers have uncovered how bats can carry the Middle East respiratory syndrome, the MERS coronavirus, without getting sick. They are very much active when they actually carry. That's what many studies have actually proved, that bats have been not becoming sick, they actually been the carriers of COVID-19 infection. So, research that could shed light on how coronavirus make the jump to humans and other animals. So, how bats are actually responsible for infecting humans and other animals is something which is very much important to be discussed. And so this researchers from University of Saskatchewan has come up with some um, information analysis. Let's see what it is. So the research team from University of Saskatchewan has uncovered how bats can carry the Middle East respiratory syndrome without getting sick. So the coronavirus such as MERS, SARS, the severe acute respiratory syndrome, and more recently the COVID-19 causing SARS-CoV-2 virus are thought to have originated in bats. Yes, we know this, that the SARS-CoV-2, which is actually very much prevalent right now and everybody knows about this concept, have actually been originated in bats. So while these viruses can cause serious and often fatal disease in people for reasons not previously well understood, bats seem unharmed. They are not at all harmed, completely active, completely normal, with the dangerous infection in them. And how could bats be so active by actually carrying the dangerous virus in the recent times? And that's a major question what researchers are actually looking on to. And what is making the bats very much immune against uh, this most dangerous infection? And that's what the question I'm actually getting in my mind at this point of time. So yeah, let's move forward. The bats don't get rid of the virus and yet don't get sick. This is something very important to uh, take into consideration. So we wanted to understand why the MERS virus doesn't shut down the bat immune responses as it does in humans. So that's what I'm actually talking about. Why MERS virus doesn't shut down the bat immune responses as it does it in humans? Very important question. That's what Mikram Mishra, the head of the group of the Department of Microbiology in University of Saskatchewan, has come up with a question, and how could he answer it and analyze it is what is the study. So in research just published in the scientific reports, the team has demonstrated for the first time that the cells from an insect eating brown bat can be persistently infected with MERS coronavirus for months due to important adaptations from both the bat and the virus working together. Just see, very important point here. For the very first time, that cells from an insect eating brown bat can be persistently infected with the MERS coronavirus for months due to important adaptations from the both bat and the virus working together. So instead of killing the bat cells as the virus does with the human cells, the MERS coronavirus enters a long term relationship with the host, maintained by the bat's unique super immune system, said Misra. So, corresponding author of this paper SARS-CoV-2 is thought to cooperate in the same way. The super immune system of bats is actually helping bats to actually no actually be mutually living inside the body of the bat, and bats are not getting not at all getting affected because of the super immunity which they have in them. So this work of Mr. Mishra has suggested that the stresses on bats such as wet markets, other diseases and possibly habitat loss may have a role in coronavirus spilling over to other species. So some of the reasons why the coronavirus has actually spread to other species from bats is through the wet markets, other diseases possibly, the habitat loss also. So these are the three major sources which could be the reasons why the coronavirus has actually spread to other species according to the scientists. So when a bat experiences stress to their immune system, it disrupts this immune system virus balance. The balance is completely disrupted, completely imbalanced when there's actually when actually the bat experiences this stress and allows the virus to multiply. So this is how it seems like scientists have come up with the statement by saying that how this virus is actually multiplying in the bat. When the bat actually experiences some stress, the coronavirus inside their body is growing and multiplying. So the research was carried out in University of Saskatchewan's Vaccine and Infectious Disease Organization, the International Vaccine Center, VIDO Intervac, it is popularly known as. So this is one of the world's largest contaminant level 3 research facilities by a team of researchers from University of Saskatchewan's Western College of Veterinary Medicine. So this is some information about this wonderful institute which actually carried out a lot of analysis and experiments to actually come into a conclusion that how this virus is growing inside the bat, the super immunity of the bat and many things. So they also stated that we see that the MERS coronavirus can very quickly adapt itself to a particular niche, to a particular level. And although we do not completely understand what is going on, this demonstrates how coronavirus are able to jump from species to species so effortlessly, very easily. So that's how they actually came up to a conclusion. And they also developed the first potential treatment for MERS coronavirus and is leading the efforts to develop a vaccine against COVID-19 at present. So the same group has actually been successful in the past to produce a vaccine against the MERS coronavirus. So far, the SARS-CoV-2 virus has infected more than 3.5 more million people worldwide and killed 7% of those infected, unfortunately. In contrast, the MERS virus infected nearly 2,500 people in 2012 but killed 1 in every 3 people infected. This is a ratio how we actually understand about the virus and the infection rate, how it has been growing. So the MERS coronavirus is quickly adapting itself in a particular niche, and we have no much studies about how effortlessly this coronavirus is actually jumping from one species to the other. So it's very much important that scientists at present should go forward and look for this super immunity, how this super immunity is being possible for the bats, how is actually developing. Can the super immunity be developed in humans also? Is there any possibility? Some questions coming up in my brain. So yeah, it's important that the super immunity can the question of super immunity, why the human body cannot develop that super immunity by itself? If not, can we actually induce a super immunity like the bats are inducing? Can we grow the coronavirus inside our body, or by growing it finally we can kill the coronavirus infected cells with a surgery? So there's some thoughts coming into my mind after looking over to this study. So it's important that we analyze new things, understand new things in the process of understanding these studies. So there is no vaccine for either SARS-CoV-2 or MERS. Yeah, while camels are the known intermediate hosts for MERS-CoV, Bats are suspected to be the ancestral host. One of the new revelations here, the MERS-CoV, which is actually the coronavirus, the MERS coronavirus, which was actually caused, and the intermediate hosts were the camels at that point of time, 2012. But now the new revelation says that the bats are suspected to be the ancestral host of this MERS coronavirus, which is a very big revelation, and it's very much important that we go through these facts. So coronavirus rapidly adapt to the species they infect, and he also Dr. Mishra added that, but little is known on the molecular interactions of this virus with their natural bat hosts. So we don't know how much molecular interactions have actually happened between the virus and the natural bat hosts. So we need to conduct a lot of experiments to make that confirmation and analysis. So it's very much important for us. During this lockdown, it is being very much difficult for scientists to come up with experimentation procedures to conduct experiments with the bats or go for a cell culture experimentation. So they're actually going for virtual sessions and analyzing few things. So after lockdown ends and the infection actually slows down, when it gets subsidized, we can actually go forward with few experiments which needs to be done immediately. And these are few studies which actually need to be done and needs to be taken to another level to actually consider these facts as very, very important, so that we can actually prevent COVID-19 infection and prevent the loss of more people who are actually suffering with this very, very dangerous disorder. So in 2017, University of Saskatchewan led study showed that the bat coronavirus can persist in their natural bat host for at least 4 months of hibernation. Just imagine, 4 months they can actually be a host, a natural host of coronavirus. My God, too much. So when exposed to this MERS virus, bat cells actually adapt, not by producing inflammation causing proteins that are hallmarks of getting sick, but rather by maintaining a natural antiviral response, a function which shuts down in other species including humans. So this maintenance of a natural antiviral response is not possible in humans or in any other species except bat. Except bat. Just see how important the structural composition of bat is and how the organ systems are actually functioning in the bat. They're very much special. If you could see, this maintenance of natural antiviral response is actually impossible in humans naturally. So simultaneously, the MERS virus also adapts to the bat host cells by very rapidly mutating one specific gene. Only one specific gene, these bat host cells could rapidly mutate. So operating together, these adaptations result in virus remaining in a long-term action, and actually being a long duration, for the long duration in the bat, but being rendered harmless until something such as disease or other stressors upsets this delicate equilibrium. So when they are operating together, these adaptations result in the virus remaining in a long duration of period in the bat. The presence of this virus would be in a long duration of time in the bat. But if this equilibrium between the things get unbalanced, then this duration would be decreased, and but being rendered harmless at this point of time, it may infect the bat too. That's what they're actually giving a point here. So next, what is the future? How could we actually take this research study forward? So this team will focus to understand how the bat-borne MERS virus adapts to infection and replication in camelid. Camelid is nothing but a group of even-toed ungulates that includes camels and human cells. So how can we use this adaptation technique to prevent COVID-19 infection? So this information may be critical for predicting the next bat virus that will cause a pandemic. So after MERS, after coronavirus, there may be something new virus which these bats could actually adapt to and actually spread. So very, very important and very, very crucial study this is That is the reason why we are actually considering this study as a very crucial point and discussing it in a very lengthy way. So, this is very much critical to understand that the next virus could be anything. It could be another strain of corona, it could be a new virus completely. We need to be ready. And if we could actually control the system of a bat, we could actually predict in beforehand and be ready to actually control the spread of any other virus in future, and this kind of pandemics not to happen in the coming future. So we need to stop this kind of spread from the virus from the bats to other species, and we have to look for some methodologies and strategies should actually create some obstacles to the bat to prevent the spread of the virus to other species, because the bats will not be infected. We will be the species who are going to face the problem, who are going to be infected, who are going to die. Bats are not going to be infected. So the reason is, so the problem is very clearly explained in the study. I suggest you to go forward and read this complete research article given produced by the University of Saskatchewan to get more information. And we have to create new ideas. If you have few suggestions, new ideas, comment in the box below after you uh, complete the listening of this video. So this brings to the end of this wonderful session. I really enjoyed it. So University of Saskatchewan has actually come up with a beautiful idea and has given few more questions into our brain, has actually induced few questions in our brain. So it's important that we try to find answers to these and go forward reading more about the bats, how this anatomy of bats work, and why are they actually having this special character of super immunity, and how can we actually prevent the futuristic viruses which are going to be infecting the people through bats, because most of the viruses which are being originated are from bats according to many studies which we actually discussed in this video. So it's important for us to come forward and look for new ideas and think about few strategies so that we can actually prevent the spread of infections such as COVID-19. So be fit, be healthy, do share knowledge, do follow the rules given by our government during this lockdown, and be healthy. Stay tuned to this channel. Do follow and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more updates and more news about COVID-19 infection and lot more science facts and updates. Do follow our Insta page, the Nerdy Scientists. So go forward and do your best to actually prevent COVID-19 infection. Thank you. Goodbye. Stay tuned.